When I first moved to Thailand 4 years ago, I chose Phuket as my first stop and lived there for 14 months. At first, everything feels great and new to me. Wake up by the beach and sea, amazing mountain sea views, incredible wildlife, just perfect dream life. But I started to get bored of it and moved to Bangkok afterwards. In this video, I will demonstrate the pros and cons of living in Phuket and Bangkok from my own perspectives. You will have a rough idea before deciding which place to be your first stop in Thailand. If you have any inquiries about living in Phuket or Bangkok, feel free to comment and I will answer them as much as I can. And I get quite a few inquiries from my previous video asking me to demonstrate the monthly expenses in Bangkok, such as rent, price of Thailand Elite Visa, price of food, Wi-Fi bill, insurance, etc. I will make a video covering all these aspects, but based on my own point of view. And these are all based on my own experience, and my opinions are subjective, just for your reference when you make a decision. By the way, I know that Chiang Mai is also a popular choice among expats, but I have only been there twice, can't comment on that. If you like the beach and sea, quiet and chill environment, you will definitely like Phuket. As I mentioned in my previous video, the important criteria when choosing a place to live as a digital nomad are safety, affordable living standards, good healthcare, and welcoming environment. Phuket checks all the boxes. It's safe overall. The local Thai people are really friendly and chill. The living expenses are around $1,000 plus minus. It includes rent, Wi-Fi bills, and other basic necessities. The expenses are really subjective to different lifestyles, completely up to you. Plus, if you have children, Phuket has many well-known international schools. This also applies to Bangkok. I heard that many foreigners send their kids to international schools in Thailand for the peaceful and multinational learning environment. The tuition fees are relatively cheap when you compare to other places in Asia like Singapore, Tokyo, Shanghai, or etc. I would say if you are dedicated to living in Thailand for a long term and love the atmosphere of a coastal place, Phuket is definitely a wonderful destination for you. So why I left Phuket? The first reason is kind of funny. I'm a person who loves exploring food and try out different restaurants. The restaurants in Phuket are located so differently all around the island. It really took me a lot of time on the way looking for them. You can see the difference on my Google Map favorites for the two cities. Most of the nice restaurants in Bangkok are located in certain areas like Ekamai, Thong Lo, Pathan Wang, or Ari. You can take BTS to these areas easily. But in Phuket, you have to drive or take Grab if you are a food hunter like me, which adds up to the overall expenses as well as time consuming. The second reason is the infrastructure in Phuket is not so well developed, especially the electricity and Wi-Fi cable. You will encounter many rainy days living in Phuket, and many times there are really heavy rains because it's a coastal city. The electricity and Wi-Fi of the whole building will be out of service quite often. Local people are used to it, and they resolve the problem often within half an hour. But as you know, I'm a stock trader. I can't afford to have unstable electricity and Wi-Fi. I'm literally praying for the service not to be cut out when it rains in Phuket. This really affects my work. The infrastructure in Bangkok is good overall. The Wi-Fi and electricity doesn't cut out much after I move here. It also has BTS and MRT for you to travel around. After I moved to Bangkok, that's a completely different life compared to Phuket. For the plus side, Bangkok checks all the boxes to live as an expat perfectly, to be honest. I have covered them in my previous video already. But on the downside, I will rank Bangkok as the second worst traffic condition among Southeast Asia. The first goes to Jakarta for sure. The first day I landed in Bangkok, just about 1 kilometer away from my hotel, I had to sit in the car for 1 hour, I can't get out of the car in the middle of the road to walk because I have 3 luggages to carry. And you know what? Bangkok even has traffic jams at 1 a.m. in the center area. Yes, 1 a.m. Back in Singapore or London or Shanghai, the streets are super quiet after 11 p.m. I'm not saying it's bad. I do enjoy the nightlife in Bangkok. And this heavy traffic also causes another problem, air pollution. If you are thinking about moving to Bangkok, you have to consider your health first, because air pollution in Bangkok is quite a serious matter. I really enjoy staying in both places, and I really love Thailand. I decided to leave Thailand because it no longer suits my needs, as I mentioned in my previous video. I would definitely miss this place, the people and the food, but as I said, the world is so big, I don't want to be tied to one place for my whole life. Now I have found a new place for my journey, and I'm still working on the application. If you are interested to know, please subscribe to me and get notified when I post a new video. I will reveal the whole application process in my future video. If you have any inquiries about living in Phuket or Bangkok, feel free to comment and I will answer them as much as I can.